TGR. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Rudy! And as you all know, this weekly resume is actually a little tiny bit later than normal. Onyx and I, we went ahead and we knocked out the Last of Us 2 review this past Thursday and went straight into a stream for Demon Souls. But I really just wanted to go ahead and cover a couple of topics that happened this past week. One of the biggest ones was MetaCritic and the way that they're handling user reviews. Now, for those of you that didn't see Onyx's Something Negative, or at least the first in that series of Something Negative, he went ahead and he covered the review bombing that was happening for The Last of Us Part 2. Most of the negativity and the reviews that were coming in came in mere minutes after the game released, and unless you were somebody that was part of the media or press or part of an influencer program by any means or had some contacts, chances are you didn't play the game. So out of the thousands and thousands of reviews that were a part of the user review scoring, only a fraction were actually people that had actually played the game. So a lot of the reviews that were being put in place were based off of the leaks and didn't really know the entirety of the story. Now, what MetaCritic is doing in order to go ahead and combat this is to go ahead and make users wait 36 hours before posting a review. I myself personally think that this is probably the best way to handle this. On average, these large-scale games, AAA games, whatever you want to go ahead and call them, they are generally between 20 to 60 hours, somewhere around there. So I feel like 36 hours is enough time for somebody, if they played for 36 hours straight, to get at least a good grasp of what the game really is before going crazy. Now, obviously, there are still people and trolls that are online that will go ahead and do that regardless, but it does go ahead and kind of make people wait a little bit and actually play the game. There are some people in Twitter and on all across the internet, Reddit, Facebook, whatever it may be, that have gone ahead and said that maybe Metacritic should go ahead and actually implement some sort of API using PSN and Xbox Live to go ahead and integrate into Metacritic's login. That way, if an achievement is unlocked or a trophy is unlocked stating that the user has gone ahead and completed said game, then they would be able to go ahead and actually put in a user review, because as of right now, there is really no way to check whether or not the user has actually completed the game. A lot of people, they've also said that they actually revert to Amazon or other stores that say that there is a verified purchase of said game before they actually go ahead and are able to submit a review. So this is something that I personally, I don't take offense to it. Most people don't even really care too much about Metacritic. And then there are some people that really do. I personally, I'm just like, reviews are reviews, and I've said it before in my streams and multiple things in the past that I would rather go ahead and experience it firsthand before I would take any of the user reviews, to heart or anything like that. The next thing that I wanted to go ahead and talk to you is in regards to Xbox. Now, GameRat, they went ahead and they published this article that was in line with saying that Xbox is going to not really have any exclusives on the Series X platform for the first couple of years after release. Now, here's the thing. Phil Spencer, Xbox, they've gone ahead and they've done a lot of things that are pro-consumer in my opinion, and they've also gone ahead and gone out of their way to say, hey, we're not going to force you onto our next-gen platform. You have the option, and the smart delivery aspects that are there are great, but you will have options. Now, I have a pretty awesome PC. Xbox Game Pass for PC is amazing. I highly recommend it. And I've said it multiple times in the past that this is going to be a console that I'm not going to get on day one. Xbox Series X is something that I'm not going to get on day one because I have a PC, a pretty powerful one at that. Whereas the PlayStation 5, this is something that there's no other platform to play the games that are exclusive to that console. I know that there's a couple of games that have come out, the most recent one being Death Stranding that was supposed to be exclusive to PlayStation, and I'm okay with that as well. But I don't see the Spider-Mans. I don't see if there's going to be a Last of Us Part 3. I don't see things like that launching day one side by side with their PlayStation 5 counterparts on PC. So for me, I don't know. That to me, just I don't see that happening because of Xbox's parent company, Microsoft, being the owner. I just see them being together, if that makes any sense, whether it's through Xbox Game Pass, whether it's through Steam, whether it's through EGS, which that's a whole other thing that I don't really see happening too frequently. But because of that partnership, well, that ownership that's there, and that natural relationship with the PC market, it's a natural thing for Xbox games to be on PC. Though I will say that I do hope that more PlayStation titles come to the PC platform. I feel like that's just, I mean, it's natural to me, and DLSS 2.0 makes Death Stranding look amazing, especially it running at such a high fidelity. So I don't know. I feel like the title of this article is misleading, and the reason why Xbox Series X won't have exclusives, true exclusive and high quotes, is because of the PC and because there is still going to be support for Xbox One X. Now, to continue the Xbox series in regards to news, this is something that Onyx threw in last weekend. He wanted to go ahead and talk about a rumor that he read on Reddit talking about how Xbox One X and Xbox One S consoles were pretty much non-existent. They weren't being produced anymore, and stores, they weren't receiving any more pieces of hardware to sell. And a lot of people were wondering what was going on, and many people across the globe were chiming in and saying, hey, like, I work in X store and I haven't received anything. I don't know what's going on. So GameIndustry.biz went ahead and posted this on Thursday, July 16th. And the title reads, Xbox One X and Xbox One S all digital discontinued ahead of Xbox Series X. Now, they did go ahead and update it to say that only the Xbox One S remains in production as Microsoft pulls the plug on its high-end and diskless current-gen console. I think that this might mean that we're going to be getting something soon. I don't know. Obviously, we have the Xbox showcase that is going to be happening this Thursday. Maybe we might get more information. Maybe they'll just focus solely on the games and that's it. But I do think that this is something that is natural for this generation. When Xbox decided and Microsoft decided to go ahead and stop releasing the amount of consoles that were sold, it made me as the consumer think, oh man, PlayStation really knocked it out of the park this generation, and Xbox is trying to recover hardcore, and they do not want to look poor in front of their investors. So them going ahead and taking away those, and this was a few years ago, guys, them taking that piece of data away from investors and so on and so forth kind of went ahead and skewed the vision in regards to how well the Xbox was actually doing. A lot of people in the gaming industry, they do know that Xbox does not perform as well in Japan in comparison to their Western counterparts for obvious reasons. But that being said, I do think that this is just a smart move on their part. They don't want to waste any more time and money in production on this generation of consoles. The people that wanted to go ahead and get an Xbox, they've gotten it. They're waiting for next gen. So this prepping them up for next generation whenever they're going to launch. I mean, who knows? There's so many rumors that are out there. There have been rumors saying that it's going to be on Black Friday. There's rumors saying that it's going to be a week before Thanksgiving. There's a ton of rumors that are out there. But in my opinion, it just makes sense for them to go ahead and slow down the production and actually focus all of their manpower onto next gen, prepping things up for next gen, and making up losses that COVID-19 may have caused for the company and ramping up that production. Now, one last thing that I did want to go ahead and add is Sony boosting output of PlayStation 5 to meet surge in demand. This is something that was published on July 15th, 2020 by Bloomberg. Now, they've gone ahead and said that they weren't going to go ahead and make as many PlayStations as they have in the past. I think this, if I remember correctly, let me know in the comments below, but I feel like this was before COVID-19 actually hit and started really ramping up in regards to infection rates. So maybe they saw how well the Nintendo Switch was doing and how well Animal Crossing was doing, and which, I mean, it's bonkers in regards to the retention rate and how well it's doing in comparison to New Leaf and so on and so forth. But I digress. I feel like they are looking at the numbers and they're looking at the possibility of this causing people to buy the next big exciting thing, even more so than the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One when it first came out, or even the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 when that came out. Now, I think that this is a smart move on their part, and depending on what their actual final price might be, might actually go ahead and either influence or help out in regards to what their sales numbers will be and that first initial pre-order launch sale numbers in regards to their console. Now, as we've seen in the past, Sony is, except for the PlayStation 3 era, Sony is very cautious when it comes to what pricing should be. I feel like that $399 price point was perfect for them this generation. A lot of people are saying that $499 is where we're going to go this generation. $399 to $499 is kind of like the perfect point in regards to where pricing should be for them, but we'll see what happens. I'm definitely more optimistic than anything else that they are going to hold their cards close and that they are going to go ahead and pull the trigger when the time is right. So guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to go ahead and talk to you about in regards to this week's news. If you do want to go ahead and stay up to date in regards to everything, we do a weekly roundup every single week. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is that you want to go ahead and do. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about MetaCritic more than anything else, because that's one thing. That's the thing that really stuck out to me. Like, what? That makes sense, but that's kind of crazy. I've never heard of any review site doing that. So, anyways, guys, I will see you on the next one. If you want to go ahead and join on Discord, links in the description below. Feel free to talk to me over there. And Onyx as well. Follow us on our social media stuff, and we will see you on the next one, guys. Until next time, guys. Deuces.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more and stay up to date, subscribe, hit the little bell, and join our Discord.
If you want to support the channel, please check out our Patreon or hit the join button below. As always, thanks for your support and thanks for watching.